Today on hashtag Moms on a Mission, we talk about New Year's resolutions for busy moms. We are joined by Oluwatomi, who talks about what is her challenge in keeping her resolutions. Michelle Leroux, mom and parenting author, joins us via Skype to share her expertise on how we should set up New Year's resolutions that actually work. Oluwatomi is originally from London, England. She is married and mother of 2 children ages 12 and 8. Formerly a British attorney, and she has lived in New York for 19 years. She works as a marketing manager right now. She also has her own apparel company. She lives in Long Island City, Queens.
Welcome to hashtag Moms on a Mission, and thank you so much for watching Woman2WomanTV, where women connect, grow, and share their best with the world. I'm Luchia.
And I'm Aisha Aldek. Today we are going to talk about Mommy's New Year resolution. And we have a guest today, Oluwatomi.
Hello.
Hi, welcome.
I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
What is should we start from number 5, or how many do you have?
Well, to be honest, my New Year's resolution on a yearly basis is pretty much always the same: to spend some more time for me. As a parent, I'm always running around.
I love this one.
Always running around, but every year I resolve to do something for me. And I start the year off right. I book massages, and then I don't know what happens after a few months. I get caught up in running around all over again. So my resolution is to do all the things that I want to do.
So when you set up that resolution, how many months you're able to follow it? Do you follow it throughout the year?
Absolutely not. I pretty much last until maybe March, and then things start to dissolve.
Why do you think that is?
Quite honestly, I think in the winter I'm far better about spending time with friends and spending time on my own, or just going to the gym. But when the weather gets nice, there's the park, there's places I want to take the kids, and I forget that it's supposed to be my Saturday.
I have twin toddlers, and it's the terrible 2 times. And terrible 2s times 2. So it is, it takes a lot of energy out of me. So I really, really, really would love to do like stuff for myself, like you said. I mean, I do little things here and there. Luckily, where I live, I can take time to the gym and, you know, work out for a couple hours. There's like a little bit here and there, but that's not it. You want to take that, you know, weekend off.
Completely off.
Completely off, with no problems, no worries. So one of the things that I want to do is just, you know, have a massage maybe, or just have 24 hours of things that I do for myself.
Were you able to keep up your New Year's resolutions?
By chance. Not by plan, by chance.
And I think quite honestly that when I do take the time for myself, it makes me a better mother.
Oh, yeah.
I come home and I'm so excited to see them.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And nothing is a big deal. Everything they do is magical. Because I had that massage.
Yes.
Because I met Aisha for lunch. Because I went for a walk.
And
it's
then
so
you
simple.
can be fully present with your children.
Present, and nothing is a big deal.
You see, I have problem with New Year's resolutions because they never work for me. Like in few weeks, I forget them. So, and I'm a single mom, so I desperately need to schedule that me time.
Absolutely.
But what I realize is that if I don't put it on my calendar, it's never going to work. So for me, what works is, first of all, they have to be specific. If I say I want to lose weight or I want me time, that doesn't work for me. It has to be, I want Saturday off for me. And then I work like an action plan. Okay, what should I do to have more me time? Okay, I'll take Monday, Wednesday, and Friday less work home.
Absolutely.
Or Friday I'll leave 1 hour early, and then I'll go and sit in Starbucks and just stare at the people walking by.
It has to be consistent.
And then I would just put it in my calendar. Like on Friday, I'll put it in my alarm, in my calendar, and then I'll check mark. Okay, I did 1 week. And the most important thing for me, following those goals, they have to be measurable. You gotta be able to go and see, okay, this week how I did. I brought work home Friday. Okay, so obviously X mark, not a check. So it didn't work, but they have to be measurable.
And I find if you're consistent with it, then it's just part of your routine.
Well, it takes 21 days to build a new habit.
But we also put a lot of pressure on ourselves.
Yeah.
We
do.
really do. We do an awful lot for our children, and we still put ourselves down for not doing better. But we do an awful lot. They have everything that they could possibly want.
Yeah.
But still, at the end of the day, you go, oh, if only I did this, if only I did that.
Yeah.
And I think if we go back to our resolution, that wouldn't happen so much because you had that Saturday.
Maybe if one of our resolutions should be appreciate yourself more.
Applaud ourselves
Yes,
more.
Yeah.
yes.
Absolutely. I mean, one thing that I think we, most of the time we do, we don't applaud ourselves and we don't give ourselves enough credit.
Absolutely.
Oh, we should do more of this. And then I sit down and think about it like you do. Like, no, I actually did a lot. And there is, nothing that is bad about
Because we compare ourselves with other moms.
Yeah.
Oh, but she's taking her son to soccer, to jiu-jitsu, whatever, and then you compare, and then you feel bad about it, but you don't count what you actually did. Oh, but I
Absolutely.
spent 1 hour having
Yeah.
tea with my son,
Absolutely.
just talking.
Absolutely.
And every parent's plans are different. Like we see them doing all these activities, but then we don't know what they do for the rest of the
Absolutely.
time. Maybe that's the only
Absolutely.
thing they do.
Absolutely.
But we are so fully aware of ourselves, and we just want to do more. And it ends up like, okay, nothing is for me, everything is for you.
That can
turns
build
out to be
resentment.
like
That can build resentment. You
Yeah,
get upset
exactly.
with your child
Yeah,
for no other
exactly.
reason
Yeah.
than, oh, I've done so much for you this week.
Yeah.
And you're
And
so
you don't
unappreciative.
Exactly. And you see, I'm a single mom, so for me it's like this extra, I have to work on myself because I say, oh, I'm a single mom, I have to spend more time, extra time with my son. But then I said, you know what? No.
He's fine. I think the bottom line is our kids are happy. And if they're happy, they're fine.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. Of course, there's so much that we can do,
Yeah.
but there's so much that we choose not to do.
Yeah.
And the bottom line is they're fine.
One thing I realized that children can be happy anywhere, anytime, with very simple things. It doesn't have to be like a big, luxurious thing
all.
or this and that. And right now, while we are doing this program, our children are in the control room and having the best time.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There is nothing there. There is nothing they're touching. They're just talking about things. They're just playing together. I mean, it is very simple, and it makes them happy, and they create things to make themselves happy.
Absolutely.
And we should give them that credit and give ourselves the credit of taking a day off.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it doesn't have to be structured, that's the bottom line. It
Yeah.
doesn't have to be structured, it doesn't have to be an adventurous day out. We could just take a walk or just sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's fun. They just want to be with us. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all.
So let's take a little break. And when we come back, I had a chance to talk via Skype with Michelle Laroe, who is a parenting consultant, professional nanny, and freelance writer. So stay tuned.
Michelle Laroe is a mom, parenting author, and editor-in-chief of eNannySource.com, a website dedicated to helping families and nannies find the right match. An award-winning nanny herself, Michelle is committed to partnering with parents and guiding them in making the right choices for their family. Michelle is the author of several books, including Working Moms 411 and Nanny to the Rescue.
Hi, Michelle. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me. I'm glad to be here.
In your article, 5 New Year's Resolutions for Busy Moms That Actually Work, you mentioned that people most of the time have unrealistic resolutions that are bound to fail. What are your 5 resolutions that actually work?
You know, sometimes people have these big ideas for resolutions that are just too cumbersome to be practical. We're busy moms that we bite off more than we can chew, which is, a typical trait. So I really have some concrete, specific resolutions that really can work and can, impact your life as a busy woman. First is, to say no more often. Oftentimes we say yes in the moment. We regret it later. We have conflicts. We can't really follow through on the commitment. So really, take opportunities to evaluate what you want to do, what you don't want to do, and say no more often. No is not a four-letter word. The second thing is to delegate. Look for ways that you can outsource things. For example, even as something as simple as like ordering your groceries online for delivery can really save a busy mom a lot of time, or a busy woman a lot of time, because you can order online at your convenience and then schedule a time that's convenient for you. Be the first up in the morning. That's another one that's a great resolution because it gives you that time to get ready, to have a cup of coffee, to gather yourself and collect yourself and start the day in a real peaceful place instead of waking up to a lot of chaos. The fourth one is one that I really like and had to incorporate into my own life is the whole "I'll check your calendar" mantra. A lot of times we get pressured in different environments at work, at the kids' school maybe, with friends to commit, 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 commit. And one of the greatest ways out of making an on-the-spot commitment is to just say, let me check my calendar and I'll get back to you. That will save you time from having to cancel things that you've overbooked. It will give you a chance to evaluate if it's something that you really can and want to do. And it really puts a stop to the conversation without, coming across rude or uninterested. And the last one is really to schedule me time. We all know that if we don't take care of ourselves, we can't take care of anyone else. So it's really important to just schedule some me time. We have some chance to give yourself some self-care.
We talked about what are our New Year's resolutions, and most it came have more me time
Yeah.
and appreciate me more. But for myself specifically, I think say no more often because I'm a single mom. And what I find out that it's sometimes I try to overcompensate
Right.
and be everywhere at the same time. And that means I'm not giving 100%. I'm not present. So for me, I want the 2016, I wanted to have more presence in what I do and say no more often. But you mentioned a little bit, but can you be more specific? How can we say no without, with like being tactful and not hurt the other person?
One of the first things I want to add is that, 2016 should also be the year of letting go of guilt, of mom guilt.
Oh,
Whether
I
you're
love
a
that.
stay-at-home mom, whether you're a working mom. I work from home and I still feel guilty if the
Oh,
kids
really?
go, I'm not allowed to be present. And I spend so much time with my kids. So I think guilt is universal. It's mommy-versal. So it's important to, like you said, be easier on yourself and let go. So I think, you have to evaluate. There's different ways that you can contribute. You can give your time, you can give your talent. Sometimes, writing a check is an easy way out when it comes to PTO, fundraisers. So you have to kind of evaluate what can you do realistically? What do you feel good about doing? And then, make choices that are right for you and your family. And that does mean saying no. So I think some creative ways of saying no is just say, I'm unavailable. Or perhaps, I can't do that, but here's what I can do. And provide an alternative way to contribute to something that you really want to be part of, but you might not have the time, the energy, or the resources to do so.
Now, in my opinion, some of the resolutions, New Year's resolutions, don't work because they're not specific. They're very vague and grand, and they're not measurable. I always think that we should have a goal, like a plan, and not just a wish. But in your opinion, what is the step-by-step process that we need to follow so we can go through with the resolutions?
Well, I think if you're evaluating, what do you want out of the next year of your life? What causes you the most stress? That's a great place to start. What causes you the most stress? If it's overcommitment, then it's really great to say, okay, overcommitment is something that's causing me trouble. I want to have less stress this year, so what am I going to do? What's my action plan? And then you incorporate your plan of action, right? You prepare, you observe, you activate. So your preparing spot is like, hey, I feel stressed because I'm overcommitting. Your observation, like I really don't like how I feel. What can I do to be different? And your action step is that I'm going to incorporate some strategies to eliminate that stress, and that includes, checking my calendar before I commit, creating some self-care time, scheduling it in so it doesn't get, the day goes by fast. Making sure you actually schedule it into your calendar, and then, delegate. A lot of you can still be involved by delegating. It's if you can find people that can do the things that you would like to do, but don't really have to be hands-on with, you can really save yourself some stress, time and energy.
Now, what are your New Year's resolutions?
I think it's always to spend more time with family and to be present in the moment. When the kids come in off the bus and I'm in the middle of a work project, it's so hard for me to stop what I'm doing and attend with great attention for the first hour while they're home and settled. And I really want to carve out that time to protect that time. When the kids right from the transition time, so I can really focus on their day, what's been going on, and those type of things. So I think it's really to protect the time that I have carved out a little bit better.
Well, thank you so much for making the time and sharing your experience.
Well, thanks for having me. I enjoyed speaking with you today.
That was a wonderful interview. I really liked what she had to say.
Yeah. Well, that's it for today's show. Thanks for watching Moms on a Mission on Woman2WomanTV. And now me and Aisha want to hear from you. So tell us, use the comments area below and tell us 5 New Year's resolutions that you as a parent will do in 2016.